So there's one aspect about Dead by Daylight that's remained pretty consistent and almost universally constant throughout the entirety of this game's lifespan, and that's the fact that there's just some stuff that's just out of your control, whether it's server lag, lag due to people's internet connections, and or, things like bugs in the game. There are just some things that just happen in matches and you can lose or win because of those things. I know those are very shocking statements. The fact that Dead by Daylight can be determined by bugs or server lag or anything like that, but it's something that can be frustrating at times, but also you just get used to it after a certain point and you just kind of accept, okay, that's just how the game's gonna go. So you win some, you lose some, you move on with your day. However, then there's times where you're not really sure if something's a bug or if something's a feature or if it is just something that happened due to lag of some kind. And thus that brings me to the topic of this video, which is I fully believe I was just straight up robbed of a window vault, and losing that window vault cost me the chase. Now, why do I believe I was robbed of a window vault exactly? Let me start with just showing the raw footage of what happened first, and then I will follow up with some analysis afterwards. Yep, that's the window vault I feel like I was robbed of. So if you play back the run up to the window vault, you see that I get the prompt for the running vault animation. And that quickly disappears because that's when I hit the spacebar to get that vault. And then all of a sudden, it kind of teleports me forward a little bit, and then it teleports me backwards a little bit, all within a few brief moments. And sometimes whenever I vault windows or pallets, I tend to spam my spacebar. And I think a lot of people probably do that if you're like trying to, reach a vault in time. And if I recall correctly, I do believe I hit my spacebar at least a few times, just trying to ensure I get the window vault. So then I believe what happens right after the running vault animation got canceled is I was still spamming my spacebar and it tried to vault a medium vault, but that was also very quickly canceled right after that animation was about to start. But then the third window vault, which was another medium vault attempt, that one was successful for some reason. Why this took 3 attempts to actually get a successful window vault of any kind is beyond me. I feel like there's no way this was any kind of lag, because normally the game is pretty good about showing if there's any kind of server lag or if the killer or the survivor is having any kind of lag. And I don't recall seeing this at any point during the match. So then my next inclination is that this has to be some sort of a bug, but I don't really see how this could be a bug. I guess it could be. It's just not very common. Maybe this is something that just very rarely happens. But my current theory of what happened is that I think the way and the angle I approached the running window vault was a very weird angle. And I think for some reason, the game just didn't anticipate that happening, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm just working a theory here. I don't really know for sure if that is what happened, but that's really my only theory at this point, because outside of some random and very brief lag, or unless this is some sort of really rare bug that has barely happened to anybody else, then I don't really know what else could have happened. The only thing I can think of is just the angle of the vault was a very weird angle. The game just didn't like that, and it just canceled the window vault. But then it was weird because it just happened again immediately afterwards, very quickly. But then the third attempt was successful. So I'm truly at a loss of what happened. The only other thing I can think of is that this specific tile, this Orman tile, is a new tile that was added within the last few months to Macmillan. And I feel like it's very possible this could be some sort of bug that's just tied to the way the tile operates for some reason. Because, I mean, DVD's had a lot of very random and specific bugs before, but this just feels completely random to me. Like, I don't really know what would cause the window vault to be canceled outside of the specific angle I took in trying to get this window vault. But I clearly had the running window vault animation locked up because it showed that at the bottom of the screen when I was about to vault. So ultimately, I don't really know what happened here, but I can honestly say I would not spend this much time thinking and analyzing this window vault if I don't feel like something really weird happened. Normally I can just, write something off as lag, or that was a very obvious bug of some kind, but this just felt very specific and just weird. Like it just something was off with this. So if anyone's got any theories on what this could be, or if this has happened to anybody else, I am very interested to know, because I'm at a loss and I just hate that I was robbed of a very fun chase against a hillbilly. That's all. Thanks for watching.